Fox 10 News starts now with breaking news.
And we begin with breaking news out of Mobile today. Police are investigating a morning homicide. Fox 10's Hal Sherrick has been on the scene for almost 2 hours now. And Hal, we understand they do have a person detained.
That's right, they do. They did detain one male subject on the scene where this shooting occurred. They say that male subject they detained is also the one who called police about the shooting. No identification on that person yet, and we're told that that person has not yet been arrested. To show you what the scene looks like right now, we're in West Mobile on Wesley Avenue, just a little bit to the east of Hillcrest. And you can see that Mobile Police Department homicide unit is still on the scene. They've been here all morning. They have a pretty large area roped off. Let me tell you what we know at this point. It was around 9 a.m. that MPD did respond. They found an adult female inside the home, and that was at 963 Wesley Avenue. They say they found her with multiple gunshot wounds to her upper body. She was conscious, had a slight pulse when they, or had a slight pulse and was breathing when they arrived. They say that subject has since passed. So unfortunately, they are dealing with a homicide. That female did succumb to her injuries at a local hospital. That adult male at the scene, as I mentioned, was detained without incident and is being questioned. No word on any charges yet. Also, no word on how the relationship between that male subject and the victim is. Don't know how they were related, how they knew one another, other than just that they did know one another. I'm gonna move over here, get out of the way. We've got another police car coming through. Now, one thing that we have been told by multiple neighbors, and I can somewhat confirm because of who is now on the scene, is that the man who lived at that residence is a Pritchard police officer. Pritchard Police Chief Walter Knight is on the scene as well, along with other members of the Pritchard Police Department. They are not inside the crime scene. They are outside the crime scene. I spoke with Chief Knight about him being here. He says he is waiting as well to see how his officer may or may not be involved in this. He's waiting to hear from the investigators on scene about that as well, and said that he will try to have a statement for us later today. So we did speak with some neighbors, multiple as I mentioned, who said that a Pritchard police officer lives at that residence. There is a black SUV with municipal tags in the driveway that a neighbor I spoke with identified as that officer's vehicle. So that is where things stand right now. Very active scene. The police have been here on scene for over 2 hours and have quite an area roped off. They've been collecting evidence. They've been knocking on doors and speaking with multiple neighbors about what they may or may not have seen. So still quite a few questions. We don't have an identity on the victim in this case. We don't have an identity on the person that's been detained or any word of charges at this point. But as we learn more, we'll certainly pass them on. Reporting live in West Mobile, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.
Hal, thank you for that update there. As you can tell, it's a very busy news day already. I'm Ashley Mitchell. Thanks for watching Fox 10 Midday. We will bring you updates on that breaking news throughout the day today. But for now, let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Hannah Fink for a look at today's forecast. Hannah, I know we have some sunshine today, but should definitely keep the umbrellas close for this weekend.
Yes, this is officially Mardi Gras weekend, and unfortunately, we're tracking our next system to make its way through on Joe Cain Day. But right now, it's going to be sunny, and going into Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras, we're looking at dry conditions as well. So just one day of the rain, unfortunately, but also fortunately, because it could be a lot worse here on the Gulf Coast. But taking a live look outside, we're seeing some sunny conditions, clear skies as well. We had a cloudy start to the day because of a front that moved through that brought us our rain chance last night, but luckily, sunny and pleasant conditions for our Thursday. Temperatures right now across the area: 66 degrees in Mobile, 66 in Pensacola, 60 in Brewton, 67 in Crestview, 59 in Monroeville, 59 in Chatham, and then 62 degrees over in Lucedale. Dew points are on the drier side, especially after that front has moved through, so they're drying out a little bit more compared to what we saw this morning. A little bit more moisture near the coastline. That's because that front is actually stalled over the coastal waters right now, so we actually saw a little bit more cloud coverage near the coastline compared to the rest of the area, as we have cooler and drier conditions in our more northern areas near Highway 84. But for your afternoon planner, expect partly cloudy skies, temperatures near 70 degrees by 2 p.m. We're going to stay pretty much in the 70-degree range till about 4 o'clock this evening. And then your parade forecast is looking great. The Mystic Stripers are taking on downtown Mobile at 6:30 p.m. 64 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Overall, great conditions to go downtown. But we are tracking our next rain chance. Like I mentioned, really Joe Cain Day is the day we're expecting to see this system move through. It'll arrive late Saturday into Sunday morning, and we're going to see showers and possible thunderstorms, maybe even a strong to severe storm possible Sunday morning into the midday hours on Sunday as well. But luckily, dry for Lundi Gras as well as Mardi Gras. So for your weekend summary, impacts over the next couple of days: overall warm weather and nice conditions for Friday and Saturday, but heavy rain and storms likely on Sunday. I'll be breaking down the rest of your forecast in just a bit.
Hannah, thank you. The landmark trial against social media continues this morning, with Meta and Google being accused of designing their apps to hook young users. The head of Instagram made a bold statement in his testimony, saying he disagrees that children can become addicted to the platforms. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor brings us the details this morning.
How often are you guys on social media?
Like every day.
The head of Instagram dismissed the notion that the app is addictive to young users as he took the stand Wednesday. Adam Mosseri says that while he agrees social media companies have a responsibility to keep minors safe, he believes there's a difference between what he called problematic use and clinical addiction. But one mother who lost her son to suicide in 2016 says her son was clearly showing signs of addiction.
It had just had this power over him that we just did not have the experience to be able to deal with.
Other parents in the courtroom who lost children became emotional as eternal emails were read aloud in court Wednesday, revealing some Meta executives seemed to focus on the company's growth when it came to allowing beauty filters. A 2019 internal message from a senior executive saying, quote, "I want to say for the record, I don't think it's the right call given the risk. As the parent of 2 teenage girls, one of whom has been hospitalized twice in part for body dysmorphia, I can tell you the pressure on them and their peers coming through social media is intense in respect to body image." Years later, in 2025, Meta shut down all third-party augmented reality filters.
Safety has to be built into these platforms.
The defense pushing back, saying teens generate less ad revenue for the company, and said Instagram is working to improve safety conditions for users constantly. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is expected to take the stand next week. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred, that this surge operation conclude. A significant drawdown has already been underway this week and will continue to the next week.
A months-long immigration enforcement crackdown in Minneapolis is officially coming to an end. White House border czar Tom Homan announced the end of Operation Metro Surge during a press conference earlier this morning. It comes after widespread outrage and the deaths of 2 U.S. citizens during protests tied to the operation. At its peak, the operation surged about 3,000 immigration officers into that area. And earlier this month, Homan said hundreds of federal personnel were being withdrawn, citing increased cooperation from local law enforcement. The Department of Homeland Security said thousands of undocumented immigrants were arrested during the operation. Meanwhile, fiery testimony as Attorney General Pam Bondi went before the House Judiciary Committee. The Justice Department under fire for months over its handling of the so-called Epstein files. Yesterday, survivors slammed the recent release of more than 3 million pages related to the investigation.
A partial release of these files by the DOJ, riddled with improper redactions that expose the vulnerable and shield the powerful from accountability, is not justice.
Epstein files received bipartisan support. One of the chief concerns regarding the files is that the Justice Department failed to redact survivors' sensitive personal information, but instead redacted the information of alleged abusers. Also, the DOJ has been criticized for not bringing forth indictments related to the information in the files. In your local headlines, a Mobile man charged in a child sex abuse case will most likely spend the rest of his life in prison. Adam James Rank receiving the maximum sentence. Last month, Rank pleaded guilty in a blind plea to first-degree sodomy, first-degree sexual abuse, and sexual abuse of a child younger than 12. In court Wednesday, Rank said he was throwing his fate at the mercy of the court and expressed remorse for what he did to his victims. Natasha Still, a co-defendant in this case, was sentenced last month to 15 years in prison with all but 1 year suspended, plus time served. And look at this. Some disturbing graffiti inside a bathroom at Causey Middle School is causing concerns among parents, students, and staff. Photos of the graffiti were posted on social media, and the leaked images show hateful and violent messages. Mobile County School Board member Johnny Hatcher says investigators don't believe the threats are credible as of right now, but he says that does not mean they're not taking this seriously.
We do not take anything lightly at all. Do we think it's credible? We do not. We think these are middle school kids trying to disrupt day-to-day operations of the school.
Hatcher says the graffiti has since been removed from the bathroom stalls. The Mobile County Public School System and Mobile Police are investigating the incident. In the meantime, a man charged with kidnapping in connection in the case of a missing Theodore family is being held right now on a $900,000 bond. Prosecutors presented surveillance video during a hearing they say links Juan Guerra to the family's disappearance. They say a black van borrowed from Guerra by his sister's boyfriend was caught on camera visiting the family's home 3 times. Investigators say the final visit happened at 2:40 a.m. on January 31st, the day the family vanished. And meanwhile, the search for Nancy Guthrie enters its 12th day as investigators continue to comb through the terrain surrounding her home. It comes after detectives located a black glove about 1.5 miles away. Fox News senior multimedia reporter Caroline Elliott has more.
Investigators have done multiple searches in the Tucson area in the last 24 hours, and now they're going back to Nancy Guthrie's front door. Investigators putting up a white tent in front of Nancy Guthrie's front door this morning before walking out of the house with a large black box. Overnight, detectives also conducted another search right by the house on the same road. Investigators found a black glove yesterday.
Was he wearing that glove over the top of other gloves? Then things like skin cells wouldn't be sloughed off. You wouldn't get perspiration. It would be more difficult to take DNA off of that.
Surveillance video showed a masked person wearing dark gloves along with a backpack and a ski mask. Experts say investigators will search online and in stores in the area to narrow down who may have purchased these items.
And they will literally drop them into the surveillance detection systems of those large stores. And if there's a match, anything that is common, like a gate or a pair of sneakers or pants, that will all populate.
Local TV station KVOA reports authorities are also asking neighbors for footage from their door cams from January 11th between 9 p.m. and midnight, as well as January 31st between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. That's one day before Nancy was reported missing.
It's a matter of finding that. It's turning towards analysis of everything that they have, uncovering what is that little nugget that's going to lead them to an ultimate apprehension.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department says it's received 4,000 different tips in the first 24 hours after pushing out that surveillance video. In Tucson, Arizona, Caroline Elliott, Fox News.
And be sure to stay with us for all updates on that case. Well, after taking a day off, the Mardi Gras fun continues in the Port City. And this morning over in Fairhope, the Little Revelers Parade rolled at St. James Episcopal School. Our Stephen Moody will bring us all of the details after this. But first, Hannah, just the perfect day for this sweet parade.
It is, and it's going to stay warm with above average temperatures, feeling a little bit more like spring, especially through our Mardi Gras weekend into Lundi Gras as well as Mardi Gras. We are tracking our next rain chance, so stick around to see when the timing will be for that. We'll have more on your overall forecast as well as Fox 10 Midday after these messages.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. As we inch closer and closer to Fat Tuesday, the party continues to roll on in Mobile and Baldwin counties. Today, we're focusing on Fairhope, where the younger revelers got a chance to party as well, and it was the sweetest day. Fox 10's Stephen Moody has more in this story.
Happy Mardi Gras!
St. James Episcopal School hosted its annual Little Revelers at the St. James Knights Parade. They used to call it the cutest parade on the Eastern Shore. It's a box parade featuring the students, and they showed off their creative box floats to match the season.
It is amazing, and what I think is so special about this event is the parents are so involved, grandparents. We have community people that are here too as well that come and volunteer and help out. So it's just a great day for Mardi Gras and just a fun time to celebrate the season.
All of the floats were the ideas of the students who wore them, and even if they had a little help putting them together, you can bet they got all of the credit. And it wasn't just Mardi Gras themed, students were able to come up with whatever they wanted.
It was really fun and also really bad. It was really fun walking around and see everybody waving.
And as the season nears its end, the school is already looking forward to next year's parade.
Well, next year we're going to have cheerleaders and baton twirlers and maybe even a band.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
And if you haven't gotten your feel of Mardi Gras, no worries, as the parades are going to be non-stop at this point, leading all the way up to Fat Tuesday. Tonight, it's the Mystic Striper Society's turn to bring the boom boom into downtown Mobile, and they'll start at 6:30 on Route A. Then tomorrow, we have the Crew of Columbus and Crew de Second Line, also on Route A. Over in Baldwin County, the Maids of Jubilee will parade through downtown Fairhope starting at 6:30 p.m. And if you can't make it out to the parades, Fox 10 has you covered. We'll be streaming several Mobile parades on the free Fox 10 Gulfstream app. You can simply download it on your Samsung, Apple, Roku, or Amazon TV, and that will continue all the way up until Fat Tuesday.
Taking a live look outside over at Pensacola Beach right now. Beautiful sunny skies. The clouds have cleared out after that front that brought in a rain chance last night has officially moved through. And overall, for our weather headlines, we're going to be having a pretty warm and nice afternoon overall for our Thursday. Continuing to see those above average temperatures through our holiday. And then we are tracking our next rain chance, which will take place this weekend. Could see some strong to severe storms as well. So for our forecast highs today, still well above average. Usually about 65 degrees this time of year. We'll have a high of 71 in Mobile, 70 in Pensacola, 71 in Evergreen, 72 in Crestview, 68 in Grove Hill, 72 in Calvert, and 73 degrees over in Lucedale. And for any after-school plans you may have, whether it's practice or just going out and about, it's still going to be pretty warm. So if those kiddos do have practice, make sure they stay hydrated. We'll still be in the lower 70s till about 4 p.m. this evening with no chance for rain. Luckily, some cloud coverage to helpfully give us some shade and to cool us off. But for your parade forecast, the Mystic Stripers take on Route A in downtown Mobile at 6:30 this evening. 64 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Overall, a great evening for some Mardi Gras fun. And forecast lows tomorrow morning, still a little bit above average. You're going to be at or near 50 degrees. 50 for a low in Mobile tomorrow morning. 49 in Pensacola. A little bit cooler in the more inland areas near Highway 84. 42 in Evergreen. 46 in Chatham. 49 in Lucedale. And 47 over in Fairhope. So if you're a day planner for our Friday, looking a little bit the same as what we're seeing today, partly cloudy skies, could see some clearing into the overnight hours, into the lower to mid 70s by the afternoon with partly cloudy skies, maybe mostly sunny skies, but overall it's going to be nice out there. Parade forecast for your Friday also looking good on the mild side, 65 degrees at 6:30 for the Crew of Columbus taking place at Route A. Then for the Maids of Jubilee over in Fairhope, a mild and nice night with temperatures near 63 degrees. And here's a look at your weekend summary for your holiday. Let the good times roll for your Friday and Saturday. Warm weather and nice conditions overall, but we are tracking our next rain chance where we could see heavy rain and storms likely Sunday morning and during the midday hours with temperatures in the 70s. Here's a look at your parade forecast for your Saturday. Overall looking nice. Could see some lingering showers into the overnight hours starting around 8 p.m. But overall during the day, temperatures will be nice. Conditions will be pleasant as well. Temperatures near the lower 70s. So I mentioned that rain chance. Well, we're going to be dry through the majority of our holiday weekend, except we could see those lingering showers into the late evening hours on Saturday. But really our next system moves through Saturday night into early Sunday morning, where we're going to see the heaviest rain and possible storms, maybe a strong storm or two, but bringing in some gusty winds for our day on Sunday on Joe Kane Day. Luckily, we're going to be dry on Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras, but here's a look at that system moving through. There's those lingering showers around 5 o'clock possibly on Saturday. Do know timing is going to need to be fine-tuned as we go on through the weekend. This is our long-range forecast. We're going to need to look at our short-term models as we get closer to the weekend. But overall, we know it's going to possibly rain for our Joe Kane Day. Some stronger storms possibly into the afternoon. It just really depends on the timing of this overall system moving through our area. Some lingering showers right behind that front as well going into our Sunday night. So 7-day forecast shows overall pleasant and lovely conditions Thursday and Friday. Saturday looking good as well. Really that 20% chance is for the late evening hours into the overnight hours. Our main rain chance is going to be Sunday on our Joe Kane Day. So might want to make your plans inside, especially if any plans in the morning and midday hours. But luckily, we're going to be dry on our Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras. Temperatures in the lower 70s, staying dry as well with plenty of sunshine, feeling like spring still into our week next week.
Great news there, Hannah. Thank you. The anticipation is building. Well, after this, we remember the life of actor James Van Der Beek. This story and much more coming up on Fox 10 Midday. Welcome back. We have some sad news to report from Hollywood this morning. Actor James Van Der Beek died after a long battle with colorectal cancer. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin takes a look back at his life and legacy.
I didn't want you to go. I wanted you to stay here with me.
Actor James Van Der Beek has passed away. Van Der Beek is best known for playing Dawson Leary on Dawson's Creek throughout its run 1998 to 2003. During those years, he also established himself on the big screen, with roles including 1998's Varsity Blues, Texas Rangers in 2001, and The Rules of Attraction in 2002.
6 months ago, I found out that I was diagnosed with cancer.
Van Der Beek had been open about his battle with stage 3 colorectal cancer, sharing his diagnosis in November of 2024. He became active in raising awareness. In December 2024, he was part of the Fox special The Real Full Monty, bringing attention to prostate, testicular, and colorectal cancer. In preparation, he joked about how the dancing may have given him pause, but from the start, he wanted to help put the spotlight on early detection.
The reality kind of set in about what we were actually going to do and how we were going to get the attention to raise the awareness. But for me, I knew that Anthony would put together a really good group of men, a really good support group, and I thought it would be a really amazing thing to be able to share my story amongst them and enjoy that support and have everyone come together for that common goal. And that's exactly what it was.
Most recently, Van Der Beek made a surprise video appearance at a Dawson's Creek reunion charity event, which was in support of F-Cancer. James Van Der Beek is survived by his wife, Kimberly, and their 6 children. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And our hearts are certainly with his family and loved ones during this time. Well, Oscar winner Michael Douglas will release a memoir in October. The 81-year-old actor says the book will be a, quote, raw, sweeping account of his personal and professional life. He says it's an opportunity to tell the story of his life on, quote, his own terms. Douglas will share details of his fight against stage 4 cancer and his 25-year-long love story to his wife, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Douglas became known for his role in the TV series The Streets of San Francisco and starred in Wall Street, Basic Instinct, and Fatal Attraction. He has won 5 Golden Globes, by the way, a Primetime Emmy, and an AFI Lifetime Achievement Award. Well, it's 11:28 now. Fox 10 Midday continues after this with Mardi Gras bringing in big business for downtown Mobile. Plus, 2 fast food giants seeing better sales than expected. We'll have that story coming up. Hannah, speaking of fast food, the lunchtime hour is approaching. How's it feeling out there?
It's feeling warm out there with sunny, beautiful skies. Could see some more cloud development as we go on into this afternoon. Overall, it's going to be a pleasant day. We're going to continue to see those 70-degree temperatures into the dinner time hours. We will then make our way into the 60s. Luckily, no rain today, but it'll be a different story this weekend. I'll have more on that coming up after these messages.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Turning now to your half-hour headlines on this Thursday. Tens of thousands of polling stations open up across Bangladesh today for the more than 127 million eligible voters. The election marks the first since former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was ousted after she was found guilty of allowing lethal force to be used against student protesters. 1,400 protesters died during last year's unrest, and local prosecutors accused the former prime minister of being behind hundreds of the killings. Hasina was sentenced to death, but has since fled the country and currently lives in exile in India. And then a California man is facing trafficking charges after federal agents found more than 40 pounds of marijuana in his suitcases at the Atlanta airport last month. Those pictures behind me now. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol said the 41-year-old man was bound for France. Agents approached him as he was waiting at his departure gate at the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Inside 2 checked bags, agents found vacuum-sealed packages containing a green leafy substance that tested positive for marijuana. Transporting drugs across state lines or out of the U.S., of course, is illegal under federal law. And finally, Mobile's new mayor is hitting the ground running in his first 100 days in office. Mayor Spiro Chirigatis is checking off a list of accomplishments, including investments in police and completed road projects. Public safety remains a top priority. The mayor says the Mobile Police Department is on track to be fully staffed this summer, a first in years. He's also moving forward with projects including the new airport downtown, a new arena, and improvements to Water Street. And in your business news now, less booze equals faster growth for Budweiser, and McDonald's says its value campaign is paying off. Fox's CJ Papa has those stories and much more in today's Business Briefs.
Beer, mayonnaise, and burgers in today's Biz Headlines. Budweiser's parent company, Anheuser-Busch InBev, is holding up better than expected, helped by zero-alcohol beers. It expects the World Cup this summer and other sporting events to help boost its sales. Beer volumes declined more than 1% at the end of last year. It was a smaller decline than forecast. Unilever, the parent company that makes Dove soap, Hellmann's mayonnaise, Norse soups, and many other products, says overall sales improved in the holiday quarter. Those sales in the U.S. slowed. Unilever is buying back stock. Wealthy people are still buying luxury goods from Hermes. The maker of pricey scarves and Birkin bags saw sales increase in the holiday quarter. And Burger King and McDonald's both are seeing better than expected sales. Restaurant Brands, parent of Burger King, says it was helped by its 2 for $5 and 3 for $7 value meals. McDonald's says sales at existing stores were up more than 5.5% in the holiday quarter. Its extra value meal deals are popular, and its holiday-themed Grinch meal resulted in the highest single sales day in McDonald's history. CJ Papa, Fox News.
Taking another live look outside, this time over at Fairhope Pier. We got a little bit of a breeze out there, but it feels great for our Thursday. Nice and sunny. People are getting out and enjoying the warmer temperatures. But we have some things to talk about now that we're going into our holiday weekend. Here's what we're looking at for our weather headlines. Like I mentioned, warm weather for the rest of our Mardi Gras season, but we do have one issue. We're tracking storms possible on Joe Cain Day, but the good news, it's only going to be on Joe Cain Day. Luckily, Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras are looking dry. So for our almanac today, transitioning to what's going on right now, we're still above average. 65 degrees is usually what we're forecasting this time of year. 71 is the high we're forecasting for today. This morning, we were above average as well. Luckily, nowhere near 6 degrees, which was the record set in 1899. That cold weather is behind us finally, but now we're above average. Literally went from below average to above average in the span of a week. So as you make your way out the door. We're going to continue to feel those warmer temperatures. 69 degrees by 1 p.m., 71 degrees by 3 p.m. Still going to have a tiny breeze out there out of the northeast. We had that front move through, so drier conditions, 5-mile-per-hour wind speeds out there. So a little bit to help cool us off with these mild conditions. But here's our forecast today broken down by each location. We're going to have 70 degrees for a high in Pascagoula, 73 in Hurley, 73 in Leakesville. Moving into our more inland areas, we're going to have a high of 70 in Jackson, 71 in Fruitdale, 69 in Coffeyville, 69 in Beatrice, 70 in Evergreen, 71 in Brewton, 71 in Atmore, and 71 over in Bradley. Moving into Mobile and Baldwin County, we'll have a high of 71 in Mobile, 72 in Grand Bay, 71 in Mount Vernon, 71 in Robertsdale, 68 in Gulf Shores, and 73 degrees over in Seminole. Then moving into Northwest Florida, we'll have a high of 70 in Pensacola, 71 in Jay, 72 in Crestview, 69 in Fort Walton Beach, as well as Destin, then 72 over in Niceville. So for your evening planner, if you are going to the parades, it's going to be partly cloudy with mild conditions. We do have the Mystic Stripers at 6:30 located at Route A in downtown Mobile. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s at that time, make our way into the upper 50s by 8 o'clock tonight. We're still going to have an above-average night. Fog is still likely once again. Overall mild conditions at or near 50 degrees for our overnight lows. No chance for rain, and winds are basically calm. Now, the big story is going to be our rain chances weekend, especially since it is a holiday weekend. 70% chance of rain on Joe Cain Day. Luckily, it is going to be dry on Lundi Gras as well as Mardi Gras, but the system we're tracking moving through is probably going to be on the stronger side. We could see some stronger storms, maybe a severe storm or two as it makes its way through our area. So this is 5 p.m. on Saturday. Could have some lingering showers ahead of this front. So really during the day Saturday we look good. Maybe seeing a shower or two during the dinner time hours into the overnight hours as this front approaches from the west and is traveling to the east. Now as we make our way into Sunday, that front is slowly making its way to our area into the early morning hours. And depending on the timing of this front, could see some stronger storms embedded in it. Right now this is a long range model, so really the timing is not really fine-tuned yet. The intensity of these storms are not fine-tuned either. We just know this is a strong front and we're going to see some rain, but the timing and the strength is what we're waiting to see until we get into this weekend. But would not be surprised if we got another marginal, which is a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather, which just basically means gusty winds and heavy downpours is going to be the main concern. So for your 7-day forecast, overall, we're still seeing those spring-like temperatures well above average. Like I said, usually mid-60s this time of year. Well, we're in the lower to mid-70s for the next 7 days. We have multiple parades. Weather's looking good for your Thursday and Friday. Saturday during the day is looking good. Could see a lingering shower, but most of us will stay dry. The main day we will see some rain is on Joe Cain Day, especially during the morning and afternoon hours. It does clear out later on in the day. Luckily, though, we are going to be staying dry for Lundi Gras as well as Mardi Gras, and the temperatures will be much warmer on your Ash Wednesday, and then our morning lows will be on the mild side as well.
Thank you, Hannah. It's great to see those 70s. Well, in Baldwin County, officials are making progress on a number of projects along the eastern shore. Crews are pretty busy at Fairhope's Magnolia Beach, and they're starting a project next month to address erosion. The new restrooms at the ramp also taking shape, and the Pecan Street drainage improvements will begin this week. Workers are also putting finishing touches on the new stairs and ADA ramps at the end of the waterfront park. In Daphne, the Bayfront Park project is in full swing as well. The land where a new amphitheater will go has been cleared and foundations will soon go in. The city hopes to have the park finished and ready for concerts by spring of next year. We are nearing the home stretch of Mardi Gras season, and already there's been an influx of people from all over coming to the port city to celebrate. Mobile police estimating that more than 400,000 people have attended parades over the last couple of weeks. Visit Mobile says Mardi Gras typically brings in $300 million in revenue for the city. And for the first time in some 20 years, Amtrak is also running along the Gulf Coast. An extra passenger car has been added during Mardi Gras that could be helping to bring in more visitors than normal.
It's been more people than I thought. I mean, they will get off the train just a block away and they start walking the street.
We are seeing that ridership has really been a significant factor in getting people into the city. We're getting messages from people that are excited to come in for the first time.
And Visit Mobile said it's already been a successful carnival season so far. It's expecting even more people in the city for the final weekend. And meanwhile, in Washington, efforts are underway to federally recognize Mobile as the birthplace of Mardi Gras. Congressman Barry Moore and Shamari Figures introduced a resolution affirming Mobile's significance and celebrating the city's role in establishing this iconic tradition. Mardi Gras truly has been a defining part of Mobile's culture for more than 3 centuries. And according to historians, Mobile established the first Mystic Society, or crew, dating back decades before New Orleans claimed the celebration as its own. Cart Blackwell, curator at the Mobile Carnival Museum, says this will finally bring the port city the recognition it deserves.
It would give further spotlight to our wonderful city, the fair city of Mobile, and all that we contribute to our region and the United States. Because Mobile is the mother of mystics. We are the birthplace of the modern-day American carnival. Now we have over 80 active mystic societies, so we got the ball rolling.
Many historians already recognize Mobile as the original home of Mardi Gras in America, and this resolution would ensure that history is officially acknowledged at the national level. But it still needs to be voted on and approved. And by the way, Sarah Wall is taking a look at proposed legislation that again would federally recognize the port city as the place where the party started. Who is leading the charge to make this happen? What it would mean for Mobile and how it could impact us, the revelers. In Depth with Sarah Wall, possible birthplace of Mardi Gras resolution is available right now on the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app. 11:43 on your Thursday. Still to come on Fox 10 Midday, the Queen of Clean shows us how to effectively clean a common household product. We'll bring that story to you in just a moment.
In Storm Tracker weather.
Welcome back. If you are like many Americans, you definitely can't leave the house in the morning without some sort of travel mug, Hannah.
Travel mugs have tons of tiny pieces that, if not clean, can dirty your liquid while you're drinking
it. For sure. Today, the Queen of Clean shows us a good way to clean and keep the gunk out of your travel mug.
Today I want to talk to you about travel mugs. You know, I had quite an experience with a travel mug one time. I took a drink out of it, and there was more in it than just coffee, and I'm like, what is in there? So I took it home and I started to take it apart, and oh my gosh, I didn't realize all those pieces came out, and I won't even bother telling you what all was in there, but use your imagination. It was nasty. So today I want to show you how these things come apart and what you need to clean. So the first thing is, we have some of these great mugs that are out there now that keep things hot for like 12 hours, 24 hours, and they're fabulous. But they have a lot of moving parts inside. There's springs, there's all kinds of stuff. So you need to clean them every single week with a good vinegar cleaning, and you need to use a brush to get down in there to clean it. So on any mug, once a week, fill it with hot water, put about a 1/4 cup of white vinegar in. And we use white vinegar because it's more acidic than apple cider vinegar. Let that soak even overnight, pour it out, rinse it well, and you're good to go. But don't forget to get a brush down in there. Now, how about this? This is a frequently used kind of mug. Do you realize that these actually snap apart? I didn't initially, and what I found in here was truly appalling, I can tell you. So take them apart every time you drink out of them and you wash them. You can wash these with soap and water and a brush. Now, these mugs are a little easier to clean because there's just a cap and a lid, but use a brush when you're cleaning it. Get down in there with your brush and clean that out, rinse it with hot water. Now, thermoses are a little different, and I want to show you how this comes apart because I think you'll be surprised how many pieces it comes apart in. First, this comes out, then you actually have to take this part out. And you take off this band. And if you don't remember to take off this gasket, the stuff that gets in under there is truly disgusting. When you get this apart, you're going to want to take a small brush and get down in there. And don't be afraid to take all of these, put them in a sink full of hot, soapy water, and wash them every time you're using them. Some of them, like the glass one, are dishwasher safe. I highly recommend it. So remember, weekly, fill them up with hot water, put about a 1/4 cup of white vinegar in and let it soak, and check them out and see how they come apart so you can truly get them clean. I don't want you to have any nasty tasting experiences. For more information, go to queenofclean.com. Thanks for talking dirty with the Queen of Clean.
Confession to make, I actually have, my desk is behind the studio right here. I have probably 4 or 5 travel mugs that need to be cleaned.
I was just telling Ashley, that's why I was doing this. I'm like, I just hope and pray the dishwasher does what it needs to do, because I mean, I probably should be washing mine more than often.
I can't remember the last time I thoroughly washed my travel mug. That's gross. Don't be like us. Today's a great day.
We should not have just admitted that.
No, we should not have.
Sorry.
Don't be us. Today is a great day, though. I was going to say to drink some iced coffee because it's pretty warm. This is iced coffee weather.
It really is. I had an iced coffee this morning. Maybe some nice fun drinks, like anything on the fruity side, especially going into this weekend with Mardi Gras. We're in deep gras right now, and we're looking to have a great forecast. May have some rain on Joe Cane Day, though, but right now, not too bad. A little bit of an overcast look at Orange Beach. We'll have one more look at your forecast coming up after this.
Welcome back in. When responding to a reported high-rise worksite injury, time was of the essence. See how specially trained and quick-thinking first responders used a construction crane to get an injured worker to the help he needed, and fast. Jeremy Roth has this story in today's Take a Look at This.
A harrowing high-rise rescue scenario tested the technical limits of first responders in Florida when firefighters borrowed a construction crane to remove an injured person from a 17th floor work site. The Sarasota County Fire Department said members of their special operations team had to think on their feet to get the injured worker to the ground, and the use of the crane made for a timely extraction. The patient was then transferred to a hospital for additional care. Members of the fire department's special ops team undergo constant, rigorous training in everything from heavy machinery operation to high-angle rope rescues to keep their specialized skills sharp so they can handle high-risk, low-frequency scenarios such as this at a moment's notice. Rescuers in Ohio were faced with a unique scenario of their own when they responded to rescue a horse that fell into an icy swimming pool. WCPO reports the 8-year-old mare named Dixie had wandered out of her pasture and stumbled into the pool. Rescuers in wetsuits used tow straps to lead Dixie to the shallow end, where they got her out and immediately swaddled her to get her warm. The Monroe Township Fire Department said the rescue shows the diverse nature of the services it provides. It also said Dixie was checked out by a vet and is in stable condition. No pun intended. Finally, they weren't fishing for horses or executing a rescue, but these Canadian ice fishermen still put it all on the line, so to speak, when they reportedly battled for hours to reel in this record-setting 244-pound halibut. According to the Fjord Museum of Quebec, the team was fishing as part of a research project on the species when the surprise catch, which reportedly set a record for the region, left them with a whale of a tale to tell. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
That's a really big fish. Have you had halibut before?
I have not.
It's delicious. No. It's one of my favorites. My grandparents sometimes go halibut fishing in Alaska. It's delicious. I'm thinking a lot about food right now. It's almost 12 o'clock.
I know. I'm thinking about, do I want sushi for lunch? Do I want Mexican? I don't know. You know, it's just one of those days where, I mean, you can get whatever you want. It's a little hot outside.
Hey,
I don't think soup's
something
the
refreshing, maybe.
I do like the idea of something refreshing. I'm not even going to lie. I might have to go get some more caffeine on the way out, too, before coming back for the 3 p.m. show. But here's a look at our forecast over the next 12 hours. It's going to be on the warm side. We're going to be near 70 degrees today. A little bit of a breeze out of the north because of a front that moved through. So a little drier today compared to what it's been the last couple of days. Then a mild night in the 50s tonight. And then what we're looking at ahead into our forecast for your weekend summary for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Overall warm weather and nice conditions for Friday and Saturday in the lower to mid 70s across the area. Some sunshine as well, but we are tracking our next system that is going to be moving through on Joe Cane Day. So heavy rain and storms likely Sunday morning as well as during the lunchtime hours. Could see a lingering shower into the dinner time hours and overnight hours on Saturday. But overall, the main system we're tracking is going to be for your Sunday, but then we'll be dry on Lundi Gras as well as Mardi Gras. So yes, unfortunately, we have rain on Joe Cane Day, but I will take that over consistent rain showers over a couple of daytime span period, just because it is the end of our Mardi Gras season over the next few days. And then for your Ash Wednesday, much warmer temperatures in the mid 70s.
All right, laissez les bon temps rouler, or however they say it, let the good times roll. Thanks for watching Fox 10 Midday. We'll see you on live.